Done. Cool. Cool. Works with me.
Neha, do you want to talk?
Yeah, I'm just curious about, I mean, what exactly is going on here? Like, what can I?
So basically today Pujya is gonna teach about how to acquire clients with building a personal brand. And the most important thing is like we have people from different part of India, also from Nepal and Bangladesh.
Wow, this is nice. This is nice. Like, Anirban sent me a link and he was like, hey, kindly join. I'm like, okay, I don't know what it is, but I was like, okay,
Yes, Satish.
thanks. Yeah,
Yes.
thanks for explaining it to
Pujya,
me.
Pujya just
Yeah.
need 100 more followers to reach 20,000.
Oh yeah. I've also planned a giveaway if you guys know it.
Yeah.
I mean, if you guys want to participate, you can because I see most of you guys want to do, start creating content or maybe continue content on LinkedIn and do something out of it. So if you want to do it, you can. I mean, it's some amazing tool that I've been using, and I and I've reached out to the guys, and they're like, you know what, should we should collaborate? Like, I love your product, and I want people to know about it. So he was kind enough to tell me, okay. So I started collaborating with them, and then I wanted to give away their premium subscriptions. Like I haven't revealed it yet, and I somehow said it. So yeah, this is gonna be the giveaway when I reach 20K. I want to make it really, really special. It's 20K. Wow. Yeah, like why are you on mute, Satish?
This is great. This is nice.
शर्मा रहा है वो तो जान.
Just I don't want to disturb anyone with my laugh.
No, 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 that's okay. Like it feels very boring, like when no one's talking.
Yeah, the last time I felt a bit.
Currently Pujya is also hiring, right? I guess you are hiring BDR, right?
Oh yeah. I am. Like I've been looking for people for like multiple roles. I haven't still find them yet. But then I
Yeah.
reached my like I got my exams.
You can drop me a message on, I mean, inbox. I'll just check if
Okay.
I can find any perfect fit for that.
Oh, definitely. Thanks for saying that. I'll do it.
Yeah,
Like
sure.
I've been finding people from like almost a week and none of them like actually match the requirements. Like, oh, it's very hard. It's hard hiring people, I swear.
Yeah.
Like, am I audible? Like, is it clear?
Yeah, yeah, fully clear.
Okay.
Okay, we can
Good.
start then. It's already 12 minutes. So, guys,
Mm,
welcome to another session of Tennis Spotlight. We have Pujya today. She's a personal strategist and the co-founder of Nesk. And she's also worked in different, I mean, worked with a lot of clients. And I can, I saw that she worked in Pink Villa, and
oh yeah.
a lot of experience, a lot of expertise, and a lot of like learning today. So I
Oh,
don't want to talk a lot. Just want Pujya to start the session. Thank you.
oh, that was an amazing introduction. Thank you so much. So yes, today the topic that we're going to talk about is how do we build personal brand on LinkedIn that generate leads. So I want to know like, are you guys actually active on LinkedIn first before I start? So based on that, I can like actually create stages of how do we do it. I mean, you guys can talk and tell me if you are on already creating. Satish, I know you're creating one. Rest of you.
Yeah,
Yes. Okay. Like yeah. So you guys. Yes. So I
Also, one thing
have
I
like
would love to mention
mhm.
here, if anyone of you have any question, make sure to drop the questions in the chat box, because if she is presenting something or showing something, maybe it will be disturbing for her. So if she's like asking for any questions, then you can unmute yourself, or rather, if you
Yeah.
feel any questions you have in your mind, you can drop them in the chat box and she will solve it. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, you can actually ask right away instead of asking me, waiting for asking at the end of the session. Whenever you have a question, you can just drop it immediately. I mean, like I'm on two devices. Like I'm on phone here, and I'm gonna present it on my PC, so you guys can actually unmute and talk instead of just dropping it in the chat box. I hate typing. Okay. So today it's like I said, it's personal branding, how to build your brand that would generate leads. We actually have like multiple goals when we start building personal brand on LinkedIn. Yeah, at first, my only goal was building a community. Like I want to be cringe, but yeah, it was. I want to be famous. Like I want to have a lot of people in my community. I want to show off my followers. That was my first goal. But and then eventually, I started getting leads, and that's when I figured out maybe I did something that attracted clients, and that's when I started, doing the case study of my own profile. And this case study helped me get more leads. So I'll show you, like I'll dissect all of it. I'll you all profile sections, like how do you optimize your, not exactly how do you optimize, but how did I do it? I'm not gonna teach you anything today. I'll just show you what all I did and how did it help me. So that is gonna be all about today. So it's like we have 45 minutes, I guess. So I'll make it quick. I don't want to take most of your time on weekends. So I don't want you to feel bad about it for joining today. Yeah, once again, I'm gonna share screen. Like I've created something more like a presentation. I don't want to call it a presentation because it is really bad, but still. Once again. All right. I hope you guys see my screen. Can you guys see it?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Yes. Okay. So how to build personal brand on LinkedIn that generates leads? So first thing we would do for building our personal brand is, of course, we need to have a proper profile. Proper in the sense, I don't want to, I don't want this half-ass profiles where there is no profile picture, there's no banner, and even though when there is a banner, there's nothing in the banner. I've seen many profiles where they have a Snapchat picture as their profile picture, and on the banner they simply have a quotation that said "girl boss" or ruling the world or whatever it is. Okay. So we don't want that. Like we want to make sure our profile is actually a landing page. When clients are landing on it, they have to get an idea about what are we doing and how do we do it and who are we helping. These are like the three questions we make sure to answer whenever someone lands on a product. So first thing, what are we doing? Like, let me just go to my LinkedIn. Yeah, specific. Yeah. So first thing, like I help you build amazing brands. This is what I do. What am I doing? Like I help build amazing brands. And to make this offer a little more, amazing, I added numbers saying in 90 days with a 200% profile boost. And this actually happens with impressions and engagement. This profile boost that I'm talking about here is both impressions that we get on the post and the engagement that we get on a post. That's like 90 days. And 200% is like a really good number. I'm not exaggerating it, or I'm not giving them high hopes that they would be really big influencers in 90 days. That's not. And then I help where is it? Yeah, grow your network and business. Use simple strategies to turn followers into fans. This has been a banner that I've changed like long ago, but still, it works. Okay, I clearly gave my offer. Like I help you grow your network along with your business using my simple strategies. That would turn your followers into fans. That's like a little exaggerated, but it's okay. You can some gaslight clients sometimes. It works. And then once we are done with this banner, like, and I also made sure, like, I was very bad at designing, and I'm still bad, of course. So there is this guy who is helping me out with this, all the graphics, and he is the one who told me that you should have a proper colors alignment on your profile. So first thing you have to make sure is you have a really good profile that is like a landing page with a proper profile picture and also a banner that answers who do you help, what do you do, and how can you help. Three questions. And the first, this is like the first section of a profile that we want to make sure. And then next, we have the services section. Here, I mentioned, like, I don't want to, there are people who mention a lot of testimonials and all of that here. And I didn't want to, bombard my clients with too much information. So I just had like a really good from this to this transition. And this is from my portfolio again. I said I don't want to, I'm not very good at designing, so I had to figure it out my portfolio. So here I've added from this to this. So I'm giving them an aspiration. Let's say you are getting around 500 impressions or like 200 impressions now. I am helping them to reach 2K or 3K impressions per post. It's like an aspiration. You're aspiring your clients. It's not like you're educating. Educating also works, but and then aspiring is like a little next step of education that makes people want to buy from you. So this service section psychology is aspiring. You have to make sure that you make your clients aspiring or maybe educating. Like educating, you can do it in the featured section. So I left it for featured. And here it is, yeah, talking about featured section. The first thing is I have like a one-on call booking. If they want to work with me, they can click here and go to TalkMate and book a call with me, and then we'll talk about it. And if that's not what they want, here is my first branding playbook. Yeah. I've written this like a really long ago, maybe a year and a half or something, when I started working on my profile and when I was learning things. This is all about how I did and what all I did. It's like, yeah, it's more of it. How I was never into this educating stuff. I don't want to educate you. Rather, I just want to show you how am I doing it. Literally, like who am I to educate? That's it. So in feature section, you can add your past work where you can add testimonials because we have service section here. I guess this is for premium. I'm not sure, but if it's not premium, you can use your feature section where you can add your books like whatever you've written. If you have any lead magnets, or if you want to talk about your client testimonials or videos and all of that, you can include everything in feature section. Feature section is like the highlight of your profile that would actually grab attention. And once we're done with featured section, experience. I mean, if you don't have experience, that's completely fine. Again, oh shit, I missed the text. What can someone say that? What was the text?
What is lead magnet is the question.
Okay, thank you. What is lead magnet? So lead magnet is a resource that you use to attract your clients. It's like the name says lead magnet. Let's say I'm a personal branding strategist, right? I would want clients to work with me. And how will I do that? Like the lead magnets that I could use is where I could give away templates. Like, these are the 7 templates that you could use for next 7 days for your posting. Because clients doesn't have a lot of information about this LinkedIn formatting, hooks and all of that. I could give away this one and they will use it. And once they use it and they see results, they're like, oh, no, what? This girl knows what she's doing. I have to ping her. Like, we have to talk to her. It's not an immediate process again. It doesn't happen immediately. And not everyone who takes your lead magnet is going to come back to you. So it's like a very potential. But and then there are chances. Like, let's say there are 10 people who took your lead magnet. Out of 10, maybe one or two can revert back. And that's a good number, right? I hope it is. Yeah. Nice. So in experience section, because like I've worked with like multiple people and multiple companies over past 3.5 years, I've been adding all of that. And if you're not, if you haven't worked anything before, if you worked on anything, it's completely fine. In experience, you could just leave it. It's not actually a mandatory section, but then it's like whenever someone lands on your profile, right? They want to see what have you done before, like who did you help. So this is something that's not this is exactly not a non-negotiable, but and then you could make it better. And this project, I'm not sure if this is a premium feature. I don't know when did I get this, but still, skills. In skills, like you have to mention all the skills that you have. So what happens, right? So let's say there is a client who wants help with personal branding, and his goal is lead generation. And he will land on my profile and he'll check it. And in the skills, if he doesn't find lead generation, what happens is like they're basically missing the keyword that they were looking, and it's a no deal. And because they don't see lead generation, they don't want to come back to my profile again, and not even want to try to text me and ask me, are you doing lead generation? So if you don't want to miss clients like that, you have to make sure you are listing out all your skills. It can be time management as well. Time management is also a skill, and I'm very good at it. You can add all of your skills here, and these skills are actually very helpful. These are like the keywords, not skills, but are the keywords that would help you land your profile, on top of the search bar. And recommendations are nice. If you have any recommendations or if you have worked with any previous clients, you can all list them here. These are really helpful. These are like these are more like testimonials. Yeah, these are before someone works with you, they want to know, like, are you actually working better? Like how we check Amazon reviews before we buy anything. So they want to check your reviews. Like they want to see how much people are rating you. Like, is it a 4 out of 5 or 3 out of 5, or is it like a no deal? So this is something this is very important. Like even if you don't have it, it is fine. But I would tell you, like if you don't have any recommendations section or like giving a recommendation, I would suggest as a beginner you could work on beta clients. I suggest this to many of the freelancers who are starting out. So like what happens is like they are first of all they are very skeptical about starting. So if you want to reach out to someone and if you want to work with them and but you're not, very confident about it because they're your first client or something like that, you can work for them on beta basis where you're like giving all of your work in behalf of their trust. Like your work it's like a barter system. You're not completely asking them to pay you. It's not, or it's like, they can't trust you. It's your first deal. So you can work on beta basis and then get recommendations, and these recommendations will help you land better clients in future. Okay, like I've got down LinkedIn and I started explaining all of it. So let's get back. So first step is, yeah, the profile. Like, because we saw how to build a profile, let's just start with this one. Okay, understanding your unique value proposition and target audience. And when it comes to unique value proposition, right? Everyone has their own specialty. So there are people who are really good at storytelling, and there are people who, who cannot storytell at all. All they could do is like better formatting. They could do amazing formatting posts. So you have to work on that. You have to understand. Let's say you are good at storytelling. You have to pick those niches and those target audience who will benefit through storytelling type posts. And that is when you make use of both your unique value proposition and help your target audience with content. So first thing, you have to work on your unique value proposition. And how do we do it? Think about it. Like, let's say we are on LinkedIn. So what are we like? What are our skills? What are we trying to do on LinkedIn? There are video editing editors there. There are graphic designers there. There are ghost writers. There are content writers. There are personal branding strategists, and many of them. Let's say I'm a personal branding strategist, that I am. And what is my unique value proposition? I make sure I am writing storytelling posts at least twice a week to my clients. I am very good at storytelling. At least I believe I am good at storytelling. I love doing storytelling. So whenever I'm pitching clients, right, I make sure to highlight the storytelling point. It doesn't mean there are too many storytelling people out there. There are storytelling people, and there are people who would do better than me, but that doesn't mean I am not better than them, right? So whenever I pitch, I make sure I'm highlighting my unique value proposition, and that is what you have to do. So whenever clients understand that you got something valuable to offer, that is when they make sure you can, collaborate on this. Like nobody wants to collaborate with anyone who adds no value to it. So if you could, show your clients that you have this something that you want to offer to them, that is when the deal is like, it's almost 50% close. Remaining 50 is on like communication that you have to do. And the next one is target audience. That depends upon your ICP. Who do you want to work with? Like what should be their designation? What is their country? What should be their revenue? What should be their skills? Like who do you want to collaborate with? So based on all these ICP characteristics, pick out a niche, find people, and make a list of all those people that you want to work. You don't have to pitch them immediately, just make a list out of it so you know who are your ICP. And then audience centric approach. Yeah. So whenever we are creating content, we're not creating it for ourselves, like of course we are writing, but it has to be rotating around your audience. Let's say you're writing something and you're talking about it, like you're talking about it on yourself. It's not going to work. You have to make sure your audience are the main character and the whole story is revolving around your audience. And that is when the content gets more traction, because when people love it when we make them the main character of the story. So you have to make sure it's your audience, always audience first and you second, and then comes the content. Third is iterate and refine. So when I first started creating content, my content was really cringe. I swear it was very bad. I didn't know formatting, I didn't know storytelling, I did not know literally anything. But and then I started writing. Like I started writing with like long as paragraphs on LinkedIn, which were really bad. But and then I don't want to talk about it anymore. But still, it was all iteration. Like I've been seeing too many people. Like I binge watch LinkedIn content. You just keep scrolling, find a new format, screenshot it, save it for later. Find a new storytelling, element, screenshot it and save it for later. Keep experimenting with a lot of content. You can also try, content formats like images and video and all of that. But first, if you can make sure the written content is already doing better, then you can go ahead with the remaining formats. But I haven't tried videos yet, but then I heard they're doing really well. So step two, crafting an amazing LinkedIn profile. I got so excited before and I've already explained all of this. But yeah, first thing is optimize your profile elements. And even when you're like optimizing your profile, you have to make sure you have all the keywords listed in your profile. As of like, I'm a personal branding strategist and I mostly work with sales coaches. So what do I do? Like in my about section, if you see, I have mentioned personal branding strategist almost 3 times. It's like the density of the keyword that should be at least 3 times on your about section. And on your whole profile, it can appear at least around 4 to 5 times. That's a really good number. And I work with sales coaches. And this particular name, sales coaches, this term is also mentioned in my about section. So whenever someone looks for personal branding strategists for sales coaches or personal branding for sales coaches, I make sure like my profile is actually ranking in the top 10. So if you want to rank like that, so nobody has the patience to go to 15, 20, 30 profiles and check who is doing better. Even though your profile is amazing, nobody is gonna come and land on your profile if you're not ranking on the first 10 list. So you have to make sure your profile have a really good keyword density. It's about your service and who do you help. It's not about you. It's about the service that you're offering and who do you help. These two keywords have to rank on your profile at least 4 to 5 times each together. And engage with authenticity. Engaging has become a really big part of LinkedIn lately. Like I've been seeing at least, people engaging like crazy. It was not the case before, or maybe at least a year ago. Yeah, engaging was not even a thing before. And it started before like people don't want barter system anymore. They don't want someone to come comment on their profile so they can go back and comment on their profile. It's not the thing. It doesn't work in the long term. You have to build community in such a way that even when you're not engaging, people are coming back to your profiles. And that is the true authenticity profile that you're building on LinkedIn. And how do we do it? It's all about showing up. You have to be consistent. You have to really put a lot of efforts that will actually show up to your community. So that's engage with authenticity. And step three is start creating amazing content. That's my favorite part. I love content creation. I mean, writing. So, how do we create content? There are many people, like this one mistake that I see that people do is they create content for creators. I'm a personal branding strategist and I don't want to create content for other personal branding strategists. I want to build content for my target audience, like sales coaches or founders, whoever I'm working with, right? I mean, why am I educating my, uh, why am I educating my, competitors? Like, it's not like the competitors, but yeah, we are in the similar field. And I don't want to keep educating people of my same, industrial. And what am I even getting if I'm educating them, right? So this is something that you have to make sure. Like, whenever I'm writing a content, after writing the whole post, I'm like, is it educating? Like, even if it's educating, who is it educating? Is it educating my target audience or is it educating my peers, like who are into personal branding, ghostwriting, or something like that? And if you feel you are educating your industry people, it's like a no. You don't have to post that until unless it is something really amazing that you want people to learn. You can post about it, but if not, I don't actually suggest doing that. It might sound a little weird, but you get nothing for educating your peers. Yes. So whenever you're creating content. First thing, we all know that we have to talk about the pain points of our clients, target audience, prospects, or ICP, whatever we call them. But you don't have to directly, pinpoint their pain points and talk about it. Because it's like you're going out of the blue and telling them, this is your problem and this is the solution. And that's not how it works. You have to first, tell them that they have a problem. It's not like directly point it. Tell them that they actually have a problem. Whatever they're facing right now is a problem and this is how you could overcome it. It's not like you're giving them a solution right away in the post. Even though if you give it, most of the people are not going to use it. It is going to go waste, right? So you have to make sure that with your content, you are getting them into your DMs. You're not actually providing solution in their feed, but you want to take them to your DMs. And to do that type of content, you have to research a lot on your audience and understand what are their problems and how would you get them into your DMs. And this is a funnel. You can create a funnel for yourself and create stages on it. First create normal content and then generate nurturing content, and then how would you bring them into your DMs? You can use here is where you can use lead magnets. So what happens when you post lead magnets is you'll understand who is suffering with what problem. Let's say I have a lead magnet about hook templates, 50 hook templates that you could use for next 50 days. So when I do this giveaway, people are gonna comment in my comment section that they would want this, right? So whoever comments on my profile, it is assured that they are suffering, like they have this problem of not creating amazing hooks. So that means they would need help. They can't be your direct ICP. I mean, you have to filter again. But everyone who comments under the post are someone who needs your help. And out of those 10, 20, 50 people who ever comment, you have to filter and find out who can match your ICP traits and then DM them and ask them, like, take the conversation further. So this is why lead magnets are like really powerful. But then you have to make sure you're using the right lead magnet post for it. And diverse content formats. Yes. Before I used to do only text format. Like I only used to post text and image. Like I do the same now, but still, I used to do this. Like I've tried carousels. Carousels work really well on LinkedIn. Whenever I got, whatever clients that I get, they are most of them from carousel posts. Like in carousels, I do case studies. I do testimonials. I explain, like I dissect all my client problems, give them solutions. Like I dissect literally everything. So these are the type of posts that create a trust with your audience. Audience, I mean the target audience. So what happens when you create some, detailed post? They'll understand that, let's say they are suffering from the same problem. So they understand this is how I've helped them, and these are the results that I bought someone who is suffering from the same problem. So it's like, what? They will trust you. That is the point where they're like, she is good at what she's doing. Maybe she could help me as well. That's again aspiration. If you're not educating your clients, you either want them to aspire to something that you're providing. So diverse content formats is one of the best ways to build and attract different type of audience. So you can do image formatting, videos, you can do carousels. Like videos are actually booming on LinkedIn now. So that is something that I still want to try. Like I've tried one video, it did well, and I want to try more. And then consistent posting. And yes, consistent posting. I was really inconsistent on LinkedIn. Like back in 2021 and 2022, like I haven't I used to write a post saying, what, I'm going to be active on LinkedIn from today, and then I ghost the platform for like next 1 month, and that's how it has been until 2022 November. And in 2022 November, I decided that I would take this platform really serious and start creating content. And that is when I started posting consistently. Before that, I've not got a single client on LinkedIn. I haven't worked with, I haven't created a nice personal brand. I've got literally nothing. Like I was on LinkedIn for names. And from 2022 November, it's like I started creating content, not just content, I created content consistently. I used to post 7 times a week, and I've done that for literally 2 years straight until I took my first break. Yeah, until I took my first break in 2024, because our goals keep changing, our priorities change. But then I was consistent for like 7 times posting for literally 2 years, and that made me realize if you are consistent, you could literally. There are people who create content. I've seen people who started with me ended in like 3 to 4 months because they're drained of it. Reasons can be anything. They are drained, or they don't have the interest anymore, or whatever. But because I was consistent, this is where I am right now. And I owe it all to my consistency. Like I thought consistency was really overrated when people were telling me, what, you have to be consistent. I'm like, dude, why do you even have to be consistent? You have to be quality. It's quality over quantity. No, it's not like that. When you are a beginner, it is quantity over quality. Because as a beginner, we want to experiment a lot. As a beginner, we want to make sure and understand what is working and what is not. So let's say you're running behind quality. There is no time for you to even experiment. Like how will you find quality when you're not even posting enough quantity content? So as a beginner, it is always quantity over quality. And because now it's been 2 years, I kind of consider myself as someone who's experienced. So now to me it is quality over quantity any day. Now I can't put out generic content that everybody is talking about. People are gonna be like she's been in the industry for like 2 to 3 years and look at what she's posting. I don't want that. I don't want people to really think that. So I always like if I am writing something and if it sounds generic to me, I would rather not post that day than posting something, shit posting around it. So yes, so as a beginner, I would always suggest quantity over quality. And then create content for your target audience, not your base. Yeah, this is like the same point that I mentioned before. If you want leads, you want to create content for your target audience. Don't focus on, rather, I would say it this way. We also want clients, we also want community, right? It's not like you are under, like you can't be just 1,000, 2,000 followers every, like for consistently 3 years. You want to grow your brand and you also need clients. Then you have to choose this 50-50. Create 50% of your content for ICP and the rest of the 50% for your industry, for your creators. Like it's a creator community, right? You have to create content for creators, and then the remaining 50 of the time it would be for your ICP. And this actually works, and I do the same thing. Like right now I'm posting around 5 times a week. 2 times I post about ICP and target audience, and remaining three I post for creators. I explain, like I educate and stuff like that. So it works really well, and that also builds my community and also get leads. So that is sort of a proven formula that you can use. I mean, am I clear? Like whatever I've been saying, like you guys have any doubts? I just want to make sure because I haven't paused ever since I started.
Clear.
Yeah, cool. Like if you guys have any doubts, like you can ask me right away. So I understand that I'm explaining well. I just don't want to be the only one talking. Yeah. And then we have inbound and outbound. I also have a story for this. When I first started again, I was totally relying on outbound because I was not creating content and my content was really mediocre. So I was only relying on outbound, and outbound as if I had to reach out to people. Like I was reaching out to people every single day. Or let's say I was reaching out to 10 people in a day. In a month it is 300. Yeah. In a month it's 300. Out of those 300, only 2 to 3 people would convert into my clients. And the moment I stop outreaching, my pipeline is dry. And when, like, of course, I had my exams again. So whenever I have exams, I used not to outreach. And when I don't outreach, I used not to have clients. And whenever I'm not having clients, I'm like, you know what, I was making money all these days. And then when I don't have clients, it's like, it feels like it's all wasted. That is when I felt, maybe creating content and getting inbound leads is actually worth it. So what happens in inbound is, even if you are not creating content, did I miss a message? Okay. Hi, Shagusta. I thought I missed the message. So what happens in inbound is even if you're not actively creating content for like at least a week, your past content will still generate leads for you. So I actually like this inbound better than outbound. Like outbound is cool, like really cool. But then it is not very reliable. Like if you want to be in the long term and if you want to build business in long term, you have to focus on both inbound and outbound together. It's like again 50-50, and that depends upon you. If you want to do a lot of outreach, you can do 70-30. The ratio is always depending upon you because you have your goals prioritized. So based on that, you have to create your strategy according to it. So focus on inbound. Like inbound is totally through organic content marketing, and the same thing that we do on LinkedIn. We are creating content. We are putting out a lot of quality content that would attract people, and these people are turning back into your clients. So it's inbound already happening. And outbound, you have to create a list of ICP, reach out to them, nurture them. Wait, I forgot this. If you are reaching out to people, I don't want you to directly slide into their DMs. Before you slide into their DMs, let's keep at least 3 touch points before you actually land into the DMs and talk to them about their services. So first touch point would be comment section. Let's say they are actively creating content. Go into their profile, comment under their post, like read their post and comment under that. That's going to be the first touch point where the client notices you, client or the prospect notices you, and then they would reply back to you. So that's like the first touch point. And the second one is through connection request. You have to send them a really personalized connection request. It's not like, you don't have to stalk them for like a year or so, but then read their post, understand what they do, and then send them a personalized connection request. That will be the touch point two. And third touch point will be in the DMs. Like once they accept the connection request, they're going to reply back to your connection request. And then you start the conversation. I don't want you to pitch slap the conversation, but and then start something off really slow. I've read your content, you're doing really good, but do you think you need help with, this and this? Because I'm in this particular industry, I could help you with that. So what happens when you directly ask people that they need help? Because we don't know who is in need of help. We would only know it when you ask it. So ask them, like if they're already creating content but they don't have a likes or engagement. So you know what, your content is actually nice, but I don't want to go the value, into waste. Do you think I could help you in any way, or are you looking for someone who could create content for you? And they would either reply with a yes or no, or like it's not like they're gonna ghost you or anything. It's a simple yes or no, and it's done. Like if they say yes, it's a deal, and if they say no, it is still fine. You can still keep in touch. Maybe if not now, they'll find your help in the future. So I would like to follow this a lot, because at the end of the day, our goal is to create connections. We don't want to end our LinkedIn journey with goals like converting them into your clients, but our goal is to build relationships. I would tell you, like, there was a client of mine who said no to me like 3 months ago, but and then he came back to me now, like 2 days ago, saying that he would need my services. But what happened back then was like he didn't have the money to afford, because he just dropped out of his job and he was looking for coaching and he wanted clients, but and then he didn't have the money to pay for it. So he made sure like he was building his own personal brand, and he did somehow land on two leads, and then he thought LinkedIn is actually powerful and he wants to take this further. And then he came back to me and he's like, you know what, maybe we can start working on it now. Oh, once again. Once again, like I'm reading the text. Yeah. Who's the text from? Mansa. Hi. So yes, like for content creation, right? That depends upon your goals. Like I said, if you want to do lead generation completely on your profile, go ahead with creating content for only your target audience. You could do lead magnets, you could do case studies, you could do other, educating content for your target audience, like the IC. But and then if you also want to focus on building community, I'll give you a nice example. There is lead magnet post for your ICP, and there is also a post that says how to write 5 hooks that would generate leads. This is both educating ICP and your creators. I'm a personal branding strategist, and I would use the 5 hooks that would generate leads for me. And I'm also a sales coach, and I would use these 5 hooks that would generate leads for me. These are the type of content that would work both for sale, ICP and the creators. Find a sweet spot where the content doesn't seem more like educating to your ICP or educating your creators, and then post about it. It's gonna educate both of them. It's not gonna sound like you're only talking to your ICP or your creators. And also at the end, you could use a CTA that is directly talking to your ICP. So when your content is more, balanced between ICP and creators, use a CTA that works only for your target audience. But and then if your content is totally focused on your clients, I suggest not use CTA. That would look more pushy. I mean, from my point of view, like I'm not teaching you anything, but my point of view, I don't actually use CTAs because I believe if they want it, they would reach out. As simple as that. But your duty is to make sure that they would want it, right? So your content has to be in such like it just have to attract them in such a way that they can't resist. I remember this Alex Harmony book, 100 million offers, where he said, create an offer that makes people think stupid to say no. It's like all you have to do is create an amazing offer so people can't say no to you. And the same goes with LinkedIn content. Create amazing content, like literally the best content. So people cannot ignore your content. They could either read it or they just, they can't just go scroll past through that. So that is how you have to create content. And coming to the ratios, 50-50 can be something that if you want to build community and leads, you could also do 50, 30, and 20. 50 is for your ICP, 30 is for your creators, and the 10-20 is for educating. Like there are people who wants to learn from you. There are beginners. There are people who want to, be educated from your content. So you could use 20 or 10% for educating solely to your audience, not creators. I'm talking about the beginners who are trying to, get into freelancing, who are trying to earn something through freelancing and stuff. So the ratio is completely on you, and that you have to divide based on your audience and your goals that you have on LinkedIn. And I hope I answered the question, Mansal. And if you have any doubt, you can just drop the text. Like I would be okay to help again. And here we are into inbound and outbound. Oh, the next one is the same thing. Types of content that attract engagement. That attract engagement, that depends upon the goal again. So if you are creating content, like let's say before creating any piece of content, you have to come up with a goal. So tomorrow is Sunday, like I'm going to sit and create content for the next week. So whenever like I create content, like let's say there's a first document. And the first content that I'm writing, I have a goal. Like this content is to educate my audience. And I write about it. So what happens when you have a goal for every single post is you don't rail out of it. Your goal is clear and you only want to focus on that. So whenever you don't have a goal for particular post, I would actually suggest keep a goal. Just work on it. It can either be educating or it can be driving leads. Let's say you're writing a case study and the goal of it would be lead generation. And if you are just trying to teach people, all you have to do is like comments. Like let's say your goal is building a lot of engagement for this particular post. Write a CTA or PS. Like PS is my favorite. Like I don't use CTS, like I said. PS. PS is a really attractive. Like I love using PS that are really weird, but people actually love that. Like you don't have to be all serious all the time on LinkedIn. Just show your personality. Show how weird you are. Show how funny you are. Show how amazing you are. There are many people out there on LinkedIn trying to be, trying to be really perfect. But who defines perfect, right? Like you don't have to be perfect. You just have to be you, and people will love it. Like let's say you pretend to be someone, and you attracted millions of people, and then someday you're tired of pretending, and all these million people that you have attracted are attracted to your own personality. And you're done. Like you don't want to pretend anymore. So it's like, you're just attracting someone from not something that you are. So I would suggest, like, no matter how weird you are, just be yourself on LinkedIn. And if your goal is actually building profile and lead generation, nobody even cares about your personality as long as you're bringing them results. So that is something that is actually not something that is the main part of creating personal brand, the personality. You have to show your personality on LinkedIn. There are many personal branding strategists, but why are they not doing better? Because they are trying to blend in. They are trying to blend in into this perfect personal branding strategist role. You don't have to blend. Just stand out. Be the one. Don't try and be the 1 million. Just be the one. Be you. So this. I wish someone would have told me before because I tried blending in a lot. I tried my best to be that perfect personal branding strategist. Like I've tried my best not to be like everyone else. But and then some days it hit me like, why am I pretending? Like what for? Like I remember like I was really scared to even use emojis, like laughing emojis on LinkedIn comment section. Like I was like, oh, what would people think? Maybe they would think that I'm a creep. Maybe they would think that I know I'm very weird. But and then one day, like I started like that was very random because it was my best friend's post on LinkedIn, and I somehow started using that emoji, and then I'm like, it's not a big deal. Like nobody even actually cares about it you know that is since when, like now you see my comment on any post, I always have emojis. Like if it's not an emoji, I have some weird symbol at the end of it. So it's like you have to be you. Like you don't get anything for pretending to be someone else. I don't know why did I get this topic now, but yeah, I hope that helps because it is personal brand. It has to be personal. So type 5 is types of creating content that attracts engagement. Because we are doing the lead generation, to attract clients, my top suggestions would be use a CTAs that attract clients. If it's not CTA, use PS that would nurture your clients. Not exactly, asking them to DM you or anything. Just give away their solution, like give away your offer in CTA. I am so and so. I help you build 5K followers in the next 90 days. This is your offer. You're just giving your offer out there. Whoever wants to build their community will DM. So whenever you have a question like whenever you have a question, add a question in your CTA or PS, that would drive engagement. And whenever you add statements or like more like something that you're offering, your offer, that would drive leads. So these are the two types of CPAs or two types of PS that you could use in your post based on your goal of the post again. And these three touch points, like we have talked about, like comment section or what's that? Connection request. And then last one is DMs. And then leveraging video content. That is actually something that you guys have to try out because I've seen people, like I've seen my clients getting a lot of leads through video content. If it's not leads always, they get like millions of impressions through video content. And that's actually nice. I want to try it out, like, but I need a good video editor again. So yes, that's all about it. Now you guys can ask me if you have any questions. That's pretty much it. Yeah, like I've covered all of it from profile optimization and how do you create your profile to how do you reach out. Yeah, how can you reach out to people? How can you create amazing content? And how can you add CTAs and PS that would drive leads? And then end with leveraging video content. Yeah. So if you have anything, any question, like it can be as small as anything. Just ask me because I love answering questions.
Do you want to mention about the tools you use?
Oh, tools. Let me talk about it. This is important. Thanks for reminding. Tools I use. ChatGPT for creating content ideas. Oh, I also forgot about this game. Yes, thanks for mentioning about that. So first, like I don't use too many tools. First thing is ChatGPT. ChatGPT is to refine the content. So whenever you create a content and you're like, no, this feels a little too lengthy, or I want to shorten it or something like that, I would actually suggest ChatGPT. ChatGPT is really good. If it's not ChatGPT, you could use Claude AI. This is actually nice again. So what happens with these two tools is like once you start giving them the instructions, they would actually follow it. I don't like Binge or maybe Bard. I don't like all of that. So ChatGPT and Claude. And recently, I've been using this Draftly. This is one of the AI tool that I've been using. I would drop the link in the group if that is okay, and I'm not sure. Cool,
Yeah, yeah,
cool, yeah. Done. So this is a content creation tool that is actually really fun using. Okay, you should train it. Like you can give your brand tone, brand voice, and everything to that, and it would start creating content just like you. So it is. I've been using that for my content a lot lately, and I've been experimenting. Of course, you have to edit and stuff, all of that again. Yes, I'll get that question. So Draftly, ChatGPT, Claude AI, these are the three tools that I use. For ideation, I don't actually use anything. Like ideation, like I get a lot of ideas myself. So I don't actually need any tool for creating content. So before we joined this call, I was writing content for like tomorrow is Sunday. I have to sit and write content for next week. So I was just, whenever in this whole week, whenever I feel like maybe I could talk about this, I will literally drop all of that in my WhatsApp chat, sit on Sundays, filter them, and whatever works better, create content around that. It can be client conversations, your conversation with your friends, as long as they're valuable. Okay, I don't want to rant on LinkedIn. I do sometimes, but that's a different case. So whatever you find valuable, it can be conversations, client wins. Like how did you bring this result to your clients and stuff? It is actually very nice when you get ideas from your mind rather than trying them out like from Reddit or somewhere else. I would actually suggest you sit for 1 hour and in some peaceful time and get your ideas yourself. Do not go anywhere else. Could you tell me how to write about section? Does SEO work there? Yes, of course. SEO does work on LinkedIn. That's there are, let's say you go on Google and you search for personal branding strategist. It would actually show profiles from LinkedIn. So LinkedIn SEO actually works on Google as well. So what happens, like how to write an about section? You can use like any templates that if you have. If not, just start with your introduction, introduce about yourself, because like, when someone lands on your profile, first they want to know about you, and after they know about you, they want to know what do you do, like how can you help them, and once they know how can you help them, they want to see your results. They want to see what you have done before. They want to know your results and who you have helped with. So once they know who you have helped with and what do you offer, they want to know how can they reach out to you, and that is where you can add your contact details. You can ask them to book a call with you from reach out section. So anything you could add, but about section doesn't have to be too lengthy. Like I would suggest do it in, you know what? Let me do this. I'll just share my screen and show my about section that I have to, no, I will actually keep changing my about section like every 6 months. I like doing that. Whenever I come across, like whenever I see someone's profile and I find it nice, I'm like, you know what? I should change my about section into this. Where's it? Okay, yeah. Yes, this is my about section. Is it here? Yeah. So first, like introduction. This is what I do, and this is who I help: founders, CEOs, and coaches. And this is their problem. You know, you have to talk about their problems, like what can be the potential problems that they're facing. So if they're overwhelmed and can't focus on building their brand and has no clue on how to build a personal brand, or simply like, they have a lot of money but they don't have time. So they just need someone who could build their brand for them. So I am here to help you. So you first wrote about yourself, and then you are talking about who do you help, and then you're talking about their problems, and then you are telling them what you can do. So how can I help them? I help them grow your brand presence. They don't have to do anything. I'll take it off. And I could do ghost writing for you because they don't want to write. I am the one writing for them. And then I use strategies to get more leads for your business. I am also telling them they could grow your business without doing anything. They're just paying me and I'm growing their business. And then access to legit community for your brand. And this is about community building because community building is a main part of building personal brand. And then a wider reach for your brand along with all the above. The last one is you are building the brand to help them build a community. They want to be the authority in that particular industry. So I am telling them that this is all I can do. And then if you are a creator, like I've also worked with a few creators who has built their LinkedIn brand and then got busy with their leads. So for them, you would help them. If that's dependent upon your ICP, whoever you're working with. I'm ready to help, and this is what I did. I worked with 20 plus niches, both technical and non-technical. And then if you're looking for someone to work with, like in this different, what is the services, you can mail me at this or just DM me here. So the first thing is you have to talk about yourself, talk about who you help, and then address their problems, and also talk about how you can help them. End with a CTA, that is contacting you, your mail address, or directly DMing you. So I hope this is fine. I hope this helps. Yeah. Any more questions you guys can ask? Just let this be. You guys are so quiet, except for Satish. I was gonna say.
From Friday, I have one question which is burning in my mind to figure it out. Can I ask that one?
Oh, yes, please.
I was working with a client for 3 months now, like third month going to end. When I work with a client, I have a report to send it every week and day before starting the next week. In that report, I have the we have that analytic screenshot, right? Like the follower impression. I took that
Yeah.
screenshot and attach it, and then I add my observation: what works well, what type of content perform well that week, what didn't perform well, those kind of
Yeah.
stuff. So I write my observation. Apart from that, I also have one Excel sheet where I put all the likes, comments, and repost, impression, and followers. I do it for all the posts which I done it for a week. This is what I was tracking for the client. But still on Friday, like on last Friday, what he asked me is right. We want to analyze, like the goal for the building a personal brand for him is like to get a lead, and he also
Okay.
getting DMs and booking the calls. But still, he wants, like apart from generic likes and followers, he wants specifically how can we figure out like likes from the target audience, followers from the target audience, and impressions from the target audience. So he wants specifically those numbers to figure out how like how well our LinkedIn marketing performance nowadays, and how we can make it much more better.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know how we can get it those numbers. Like I want to put man so
That's,
much effort on it. Even if I put so much
yeah.
effort, it was not accurate.
I mean, that's very obvious. LinkedIn doesn't give me access to that extensive
Yeah,
analytics, right? So whatever
yeah,
analytics that we're getting based on the demographics and the job titles, it's just that us we have to filter it. So
true.
it's because most of the clients doesn't have idea about how LinkedIn works. They are only focused on business. Their duty is focus on business, not on LinkedIn. So
Yeah,
whenever tricky questions like this pop up with clients, just
yeah.
let them know, like you know what, LinkedIn is my job.
Mm,
And I'm doing it. Like I've been doing it really well from past 3 months. And you just have to give them and just give them the original analytics and just let them know that LinkedIn doesn't offer the analytics or whatever you're asking.
yeah. I gave that every single week before they are asking me. But
Yeah.
still, I end of third month, like
I mean, weekly
on
report
Tuesday
is actually
coming,
nice.
yeah.
Hmm.
I used to give it for all my premium clients, not for
Oh wow.
standard or other client, but for my
That's
premium client, I
amazing.
use, yeah, we have a package,
Hmm.
right? Three different packages. So for
Yeah.
that package, I used to give that. So I
Okay,
don't
that's
know how I'm
amazing.
going to tackle on Monday with him. We'll see.
Mm-hmm. I mean, yes, most of the clients actually ask for stuff like that. You know, I want the analytics for who am I, if it's reaching the right audience or something like that. I would only show them the, analytics of job titles because that is first thing they have to focus on because who are they even reaching out to? And
True.
then once they're done with that, they want to focus on like the demographics, like whatever demographics that they're trying to target.
Yeah.
So that's all they have to know. They don't want to know how many impressions did they get from their clients and target audience. That's really bad. That's bullshit. I don't
Yeah.
want that. Custom
Thank you.
LinkedIn analytics. Like, oh, what is that? Like, I did not know about that. You can do yourself with custom LinkedIn analytics. This is the
Yeah, it
first.
is like the new add-on. It's in your analytics. Like you can check the like you can do custom checking. Like it
How
is for
Yeah,
impressions for 7 days, 14 days, 28 days, in that
that
way,
that
right?
yeah.
that we can do. That we can do. Like I'm
Yeah.
talking about.
Now they have added one more button that is custom, which can be only for a post or for a particular day or time, anything you want. So that
Okay.
can be added. So
I
if your
don't know.
client is telling something like this, you can always say this. Do it for
Okay.
yourself, whatever you want. There is a custom button. Go and help
Okay.
yourself.
That's
Yeah,
nice.
I
And then
will give a try
let them
after this
also
call.
like
Yeah.
analyze and see what goes in our work. So let them have their own hands sometimes.
Yeah,
Sure,
that's
sure.
nice.
Thank you so
Like
much.
we have, and for this, you could just tell them that, I want you to be inclusive. We could use this
Very true.
word.
Yeah,
I would do this. Like I would actually do this. No? When like what clients think is like we are here to take 100% of their efforts and just putting it, but that's not how it works. They have to give at least 20-30%, and that is called inclusivity. Just tell them that you have
true.
to be inclusive, and they have to check it yourself. That's
Yeah,
actually a good one. I haven't checked that feature yet. I have to
me
check
too.
it.
Yeah, it's a
I'm getting on
latest feature
TikTok.
just added last yesterday. Today it's like live in my portal. So I just share about that. Yes, this can work.
Oh,
Great, great.
that's actually a cool, some cool feature that LinkedIn has started. So,
Is
No,
it
no.
for premium
In
or for
fact,
everyone?
it is available for everyone, even for the free and the premium, like LinkedIn users. It is free for everyone. So it's a
Really
great
fine.
way to like make your own analysis also. So that can take you like places like it is about your content or for the client's content, whatever it is. Like it goes get very good. I love this feature, so I did share it.
Thank you
that's
so much for letting us know.
Most welcome,
yeah,
most welcome. And
that's nice.
Pooja, that was a lovely session here, and I have been
Thank you
following
so
you
much.
from many days and many
I
months, in fact.
remember. I
Yeah.
remember seeing your profile picture. Sorry, like I remember all your profile pictures. Honestly, I remember your names and profile pictures. It's just that we never got time to interact. But this is
Yeah,
nice. Like I'm
that is like
glad.
yeah, it happens, like we are so much into that we hardly like to we get time to connect other than our ICPs or
Yes.
something. But yeah, your
Hmm.
posts are always encouraging. I love them.
Thank you
keep
so
on
much.
going.
And I'm glad Anirban, invited me to do this session. Like I haven't done I haven't done this networking and being in this space for like quite a long time. I would love I'm actually a happy part of being a part of 10x. It's nice.
Don't
And
worry,
also like I
Anirban
would
will be
love
like
doing
giving more of these
yeah.
chances to everyone.
Oh, I'd love to be a part of it. Like right now, I am a little packed with my semester happening, but once it is done, I'm like all in into freelancing. Like I have to get on too many networking calls. I have to talk to too many people. Like there are too many networking calls pending on LinkedIn. I have to
Yeah.
talk to everybody.
Thank you, Pujya. Thank you for taking this session. It was amazing. We really loved it
Thank
and
you so
got
much.
so much value. What I'll do. I just upload this video on YouTube on our official
Oh,
channel, and
amazing.
we'll share with the link. Maybe if you want to share,
Amazing.
you can share with the network.
Oh,
Actually,
also
use
like I forgot about the giveaway. I just
yes.
remember
That is
that.
what I. That is why I can't. Yeah, share it.
Yeah, sorry, I forgot. So I was planning on giving out something like the 50 hook templates that I spoke before. I have 50 amazing hook templates that I always use for myself and my clients. And these are actually, tested, tried and tested. That would work actually well. So what I want to do is like if you guys are, if you feel like this session is something that has been useful, I want you to write a small post around that on LinkedIn. Like it doesn't have to be very lengthy, just talk about this, like how this session has helped on how like key points of the session that you like, and just tag me and I will directly send it to your DMs, like because like I get a notification when you tag me, so I'll send it to you directly. It has like 50 hook templates, you can customize it and personalize it, use for yourself, use for your clients, because these are all tried and tested. I would highly recommend that this would work actually better for educating content and also lead generation, like lead magnet type of posts. So that's it. Yeah, like I wanted to remind you guys about that. If you want to get this template, like free book templates, you all you have to do is just create a post, point like listicles, do a listicle or do however you like it, and then tag me on your LinkedIn profile, and that would I'll just DM you the profile.
Yeah, you
That's it.
can drop the message on the group as well if you want. And
Oh, done. I'll do this. Yes.
yeah, just tag Pujya and the community, and she will send you over the DM. Thank you, Pooja. Thank you for the session. It
Thank
was
you so much
great.
for having me.
Yeah. Thank you,
I
everyone,
hope
for
it was
joining.
good. Like I'll have to look at it when you upload it on YouTube.
Yeah, I'll just upload it by tonight and share the link. Thank you.
Yes.
You.
Do share
Okay.
about it in the group chat. Yes, I'll do it.
Have a great
Thank you
weekend,
so
everyone.
much. Yes. Have a great weekend with you. It was nice talking to you all.
Okay. Bye
Yeah.
bye.
Bye. Bye.